Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Hone Your Speaker Skills. Today, I want to look at the subject of nerves. Now, this is a perennial issue and something that lots of people ask me about. How do you get over your nerves? Because a lot of people don't even want to get up on stage because they know they're so nervous. And when they tell me that, I said to them, oh, good. What? You're nervous, right? Yes. Good. Well, they weren't expecting that response. And I'm pretty much suspicious that you weren't either. Why did I say that? Well, a couple of reasons. One, it takes you out of that loop of I'm nervous, therefore I can't get on stage because I'm nervous. And because I can't get on stage, I'm going to be even more nervous because I haven't broken that loop. That's the first thing. And secondly, it gets you paying attention to what I'm about to say. So you're ready for this? There's a good reason that you're nervous. And the reason I'm glad that you are nervous is it shows you're alive. How's that? Yes, and how's that helpful? Well, okay, let's backtrack a bit into a little bit of physiology here. Back in the day, when we were part of tribes, if you spoke out, if you didn't toe the party line, if you actually put yourself out there by speaking a different message to the head honcho, because you weren't the head honcho, then you quite literally could be ousted from the tribe. Without the tribe behind you, your life really was in danger because the tribe literally did not have your back. You were disruptive. You were dangerous. You were undermining the authority of the head honcho. That was not allowed. So from an evolutionary perspective, it is hardwired into us to not put ourselves in danger. And speaking out is seen in that same danger mode. So I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad you're human. Okay, Wendy, all good and well. Now I know why, but what can I do about it? Because it's really not doing me any favors. Yeah, I get that. Now you know that you're not alone in this. Can I also let you in on a bit of a secret? Brené Brown, wonderful speaker that she is, she chucks up on before she goes on stage every time. How many times has she been on stage in the last few years? A lot. So how does she get away from that to being a consummate speaker? Because that was the first question. That was the first point. You're hardwired to do this. Secondly, because she changes state. She changes her focus. She changes from the, oh my, I really don't feel very well, to how can I serve my audience? What do they want to know from me? What will best serve them? Flipping that state from inward focus to outward focus. So you've done your prep before you get on stage. And by stage, I'm referring to networking meetings, to physical in-person meetings where there is actually a stage that you can stand on and be raised. It could be virtual. It could be doing a Facebook Live. It could be doing any socials for that matter, or any recording. You may have a YouTube channel that you do recordings on. You may be a summit speaker. Any one of these opportunities to do either in-person or virtual speaking will still have that same, unless you flip your focus from you to the audience. What do they want to know? And you work that out ahead of time so that you're prepared, because otherwise you've got every right to be nervous, and you should be nervous if you haven't prepared ahead of time. You know what you're going to say and what will best serve your audience. So you can be rest assured about that once you focus on them and not your nerves. Some people will say, if you're nervous, I've heard this particularly around interviews. Think about the interview panel sitting there in the nude. Yeah, I don't recommend that, because that could take you into your head again. Not a good place to be at this point. So again, think about the audience. It's all about them. What do they want to know? What can you tell them? How can you best serve them? It's not your fault. Focus, flip your focus onto your audience. The third thing I want to share with you is something a little bit more practical. Breathing. Now, obviously, you know how to breathe. You wouldn't be sitting here watching me if you didn't know how to breathe. But when it comes to speaking, there are a few extras that I want you to consider. Breathing starts with your feet. It starts with your feet. So right now, check in with yourself. Where are your feet? Are they both flat on the ground? Whether you're sitting or whether you're standing, when you're speaking, feet equal weight on both feet and equal weight on these 3 points. There's a point in the middle of your heel, there's a point under your big toe, and a point under your little pinky toe. If you have the weight equally in all 3 places, in both feet, you are definitely grounded. And that's the basis of good breath. Because when you are grounded, you are then going to be holding yourself in a good alignment with your spine. And you can breathe all the way to the base of your lungs. Now, this might require a bit of conscious effort to start with, because most people, when you ask them to breathe in, they'll go shoulders up, and all you're doing is breathing with the top part of your lungs. That ain't a good breath. And it certainly won't give you good breath pressure to keep your voice going all the way to the ends of your sentences. If you feel like you're running out of breath, you will start to speed up, and your breath will get shallower and faster, and you will go into that loop of nerves again. Feet flat on the floor, standing or sitting nice and tall. And then think about your chest or your ribs flaring out at the bottom. If you know what bellows are, think of it from that perspective. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice that out breath was under control and longer than the in breath. Now, I recommend you do some breathing before you go on stage, because that will help to calm you down. And it will also get you into the rhythm of that deeper, more conscious breathing that gives you that breath pressure to the ends of sentences. Because in English, guess where the most important words tend to fit? At the end. So if your energy drops, people aren't going to understand what you've said, and you'll have lost them. So let's keep that focused. Nerves will be in abatement when you, 1, remember You're alive. Yay, go you. 2, when you flip your focus from you and your nerves to the audience and how you can best serve them. Thirdly, think about breathing and how you are going to get your breath supporting what you're saying, because you know what you're saying. You are prepared. You've got this. When you focus on your audience and not you, and you have good breath to help you out when you're grounded, those nerves, I won't say they'll disappear, but they'll certainly be manageable, because you're making this all about the audience, not you. Go serve your audience. See what a difference it makes both to you and to them. Oh, and in the meantime, practice, 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 practice. Lots and lots of practice. Record yourself. Go back and watch yourself. And the more you do it, the less nervous you will feel. I can't promise you'll never feel nervous. Hey, if Brené Brown still does, I'm not going to ping a magic wand on you. Go manage your nerves. You've got this. For now, bye from me.